What's up, guys? Let's see. Let's get the right background going here. Welcome to BoomBust. Cool. Okay, so again, it's just me because Kyle is sick, so you got to put up with me. Sorry, guys. What a disappointment, am I right? Get stuff set up, man. How am I not? Oh, my camera's crooked. There we go. Cool. So, week 5. All right. Finished up week 4 yesterday. Let me let people know over here on Instagram before we get started. Let's chill out, talk some fantasy football, get some things figured out coming on to week 5. Something special tonight. It's something we've done only, I think, twice before, back in the day before joining the Fantasy Football Network. And that is trade shopping. Me and Kyle used to go trade shopping. We've done it for ourselves, and we've done it for guests before. And tonight we're doing it for someone who's been in here in our chat multiple times. We've talked about trades. He's had questions about him, and that's Gabriel. Gabriel has been kind enough to actually give us access to his team, his league, and so we're going to go screw that all up for him tonight. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that to him. We're going to go just trade shopping. I love looking for trades, love analyzing trades. And so curious to go look around his league a little bit, see if we can't find him something to improve his team. So excited about that. And without further ado, maybe let's start out with that before we jump into Q&A. Hope everyone's doing good tonight. Thanks for jumping in here with me. And let's have some fun, guys. Let's have a fun night. All right. So I am first going to share this. We are logged into Gabriel's team here, and Gabriel is playing NFL fantasy on NFL.com. Poor guy. I actually played on NFL.com for the first time last year, and not a huge fan of it. It's a little old school. Didn't care for it too much, but I do like that you can watch some football games on there. But you can do that on Yahoo too, apparently. So first time on Yahoo this year. Not a huge fan of NFL.com. Everyone begged our commish to switch it, so we're now over on ESPN. Still not the greatest, but it's better than this one. I would think they would put more work into this. Oh, looks like you've already got some trades proposed, Gabriel. So I'm going to look at those too. So thanks for giving us access to this. This should be a lot of fun. There he is. Yeah, hate the web app, but the app is my personal favorite. Yeah, the app's actually not bad. I would agree with that, but the web app, you're right. It's old school. I just don't care for it much. Let's take a look at your team here, Gabriel. Lamar Jackson, Chris Carson, Jonathan Taylor, Mike Williams, DJ Moore, Noah Fant, Tyreek Hill. You don't need me, bro. Look at this team. Wait a second. Playing with a bunch of noobs in here. No couch, no problem. I agree. What do you got going on? 8th place, 2-2. It's been that kind of year. Isn't that annoying? You have a great team, and yet you're sitting down here at 2-2 in 8th place. Just looking at your points against. Magic Mike's been so lucky. Look at that, 416 against us all. Psh, come on. Okay, let's go look at Magic Mike's. Let's go look at his. He's starting Heineke, Chuba Hubbard. What? Okay, he's got Cooper Kupp. I think that's why that's going good. But the tight end is Evan Ingram. How is this team 4-0 and yours is 2-2? Huh. That's crazy, because it's not like Antonio Gibson has been doing well at all. Christian McCaffrey got hurt. Corey Davis has had 2 good games. Justin Jefferson's been doing good. Cooper Kupp is the reason why this team is that way. Saquon Barkley's only had like 2 decent weeks. He's starting Taylor Heineke. He had Teddy Bridgewater, and then he's got Evan Ingram as his tight. Like, there's no reason this team should be 4-0. And honestly, this team, oh man, that's what a year. What a year we're having, right? That's crazy. Is this a PPR league? remind me some of your rules. Let's try and remember where some of these things are at in here. Some of your remind me. Yeah, it's PPR. Okay, cool. Let's go back to your team really quick. Man, you've had Mike Williams going off. Carson screwed you this week. Screwed me too. DJ Moore's been doing good. Tyreek Hill went off. So you had a good week. With him and him. Chris Carson struggled. Okay. AJ Brown going down. Dude, your wide receivers are so good. Because then you've got Michael Thomas down here on your. That's wild. Okay. I like it. You've even got Marvin Jones. Okay, so here's the good thing, Gabriel, is you have so much depth to play with. And where I'd like to try to find you is an upgrade here at Noah Fant. I'd like to upgrade that. You don't have a backup quarterback out here, do you? Okay, that's not bad. I mean, you have one. I was just wondering if you could upgrade Lamar, or if you had one to that first place guy, if you had a quarterback to give to him, but you don't. So not a big deal. Let's find some tight ends here. Man, you have such depth. All right. Trying to remember how to work NFL really quick. So you have your guys here. Oh, that's right. Stupid. Let's just go through the league. We'll go one team at a time here. Okay, we already looked at the first place. Let's start from the bottom, the 0-4. The let's go with Cummy Rummy. All right. You said these were some high schoolers, so honestly, it's not any different from an adult league. If I'm being honest, that's just how people do, right? What's up, analyst? How's it going, man? Nice to see it, dude. I'd love to look through your teams. Let's get you on here and look at your team sometime. I would love to do that. Team Alvarez says, "Is it?" He also wants to know, is it an 8-man league? And that is a 12-team league. Yeah, I don't understand. Gabriel, you dude, you have a good team. I didn't even realize this is a 12-team league. Dude, you're playing with a bunch of noobs. You said an Aiden Moore forgot his password, so I can't trade with him. Is that this guy? This guy needs to reset his password if that's him. No, this is also. Is that the name of a team? It's probably the name of one of these owners, huh? All right. Oh, I got Corey Bear dropped in. Oh, I missed him. Corey, what's up? My brother Kyle needs some of your clothing. We're coming for that, Corey. Oh, the second place guy. Okay, so we won't go after the second place guy. That's fine. We want to look at these ones on the lower tier anyways. All right, let's look at Daddy here at Real Slim Brady. Derek Carr, not bad. Alvin Kamara, not doing great. Starting AJ Green. Has Dawson Knox. Ooh, you might be able to buy low on Kyle Pitts. Let's keep that in mind. You got Kyle Pitts down here. So that's not a bad target because Kyle Pitts, what we like about Kyle Pitts is his target share. Kyle Pitts gets a lot of targets. Hasn't produced a lot out of them so far. I mean, he has 15 receptions on the year, but he's getting a lot of targets. He had 9 targets this week, 11 targets, nine targets, but he only caught 2 of them, I think, something like that. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm wrong, but had a decent week. He's gonna do better, I promise. So that's a great buy low. And I know we discussed this. I discussed this last night with Tony on stream. Expectations were so high for Kyle Pitts, right? So it was unfair expectations for a rookie tight end to come in. He's not going to start performing like old school Gronk or Kelsey or Waller, but that's what everyone expected, right? He was going to come in, be a top 4 tight end right from the get-go. So the expectations just needed to be tempered a little bit. Let him get in, let him get his feet wet. That offense is struggling a little bit. Matt Ryan's not the old Matt Ryan. But now that they've kind of unleashed Cordero Patterson, it's going to open things up. So, Yeah, let's see. Team Alvarez there says I traded Ayuk for Pitts last week. Depending on your roster, I don't hate that move. I mean, both have been kind of a disappointment so far, but I trust Pitts to pick it up over Ayuk. So when Ayuk went off, sold him. Yeah, good call there. Unfortunately, I could not sell Ayuk. Granted, I pretty much only have Ayuk in my dynasty league, so I didn't want to sell him anyways. It says I think in dynasty league he holds more value. And just to touch on it, new life. No, I would not start Josh Gordon this week. And I know we can miss out on a big boom there, but me being I want players with high floors and kind of more consistency, someone I can kind of count on. Josh Gordon, we just don't know what that's going to look like. So no, I don't trust that enough yet to start Josh Gordon this week. Okay, so there's potential in this team. Let's keep that in mind. Real Slim Brady. Let's come back over here. Let's come back to this last place team real quick. I'm just going to look. This team's pretty good. Kareem Hunt. Not bad. That would be a good person to target here. Stay away from both of these running backs. You may not be able to bail this person out. Not too much going on here. I would say Kareem Hunt's worth maybe trading for here. Diggs for sure, but they have too much security at wide receiver because they still are going to lean on CeeDee Lamb. You're not going to be able to. I'm sure they still think CeeDee Lamb is worth having, and Terry McLaurin. I mean, CeeDee Lamb's worth having. I'm a Cowboys fan. Don't get me wrong. I love CeeDee Lamb, but a little false security. I'm just saying for a trade situation that doesn't play out well. I'm gonna sit on Jarvis Landry. Those running backs are what's killing this team. And Hunt's the only one you kind of would want off of there. But I'm going to come back to your team. I got to just remind myself what you have. Chris Carson, Jonathan Taylor. So that wouldn't be an upgrade for you. Not unless you like upgraded Zach Moss to it. If you trade him like Elijah Mitchell and Zach Moss for Hunt, but he would be stupid to go for that. Yeah. Nope, this is what I'm looking for. It's just such a different system here. Sorry. Steve. Let's see what Steve's got at 1 and 3. All right. Woo. Yeah, that's quite a lineup. Aaron Rodgers. Don't hate that. I love Mark Andrews. Do I like him more than Fant? Possibly. I could see that. You might be able to do like a Fant and like Zach Moss, who you don't need and really isn't worth that much because I'm avoiding that backfield. You might be able to do something like that for like especially with Drake having like a trash week. You might be able to do like a Drake Andrews and upgrade him. That might actually be a really easy trade to get. So let's come back to that. Keep that in mind. Let's come back over here. Some of these, it's really hard when you're doing trading, right? You kind of want that home run hit where you're like, ooh, I get this big player. But then at the same time, sometimes you have to look at it as in like I'm stepping up slowly, right? So you're making one trade to set up another trade is what you're kind of doing, right? Here, ooh, you might be able to buy low on Allen Robinson. The only thing with that is you don't need Allen Robinson. You don't need a wide receiver like at all. Your wide receiver situation is so good. And this person needs wide receiver. I want to go after Travis Kelce. This team needs help. This team needs help at running back. And this team needs help at wide receiver. They could play Marquise Brown if they're patient for Sterling Shepard, but I wouldn't trust that if I were them either. And I love Sterling Shepard. Love Sterling Shepard. He went to the same high school as my wife. Sterling Shepard hits home to me. I like Sterling Shepard a lot. But I don't trust any of those wide receivers in New York because they have Daniel Jones throwing to them. So this guy wants Chris Carson. Interesting. Do I hate that? I'll have to revisit your roster again, but I may not hate that. We'll think about it. Especially if you can get Kelsey. We may have something here. Because what I'm thinking is if you trade Carson to this guy, and then we were looking at maybe Hunt from that other guy, or I can't remember what we said the other one was. So we may have a couple different trades here if we can pull them off at the same time. It wasn't this one. Kyle Pitts was, but if we're going to go after Kelsey, yeah, that's not a good deal. I would not go Chris Carson and Ruggs for Marquise Brown and Allen Robinson because you don't need those wide receivers. You have enough wide receivers as it is. It's not worth giving up that. That's right. It was here. If you can give up Carson in a deal, and then over here you can trade for like I was thinking like a Fant. And okay. He's tight end 5 right now. There's actually there's some good names in here. I like CD's nuts. That's probably my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. I like that a lot. Okay. So I've got this guy pulled up. Is it this guy? These 1 and 3 guys, I think, are your guys you want to go with. He's gonna have a hard time giving up Kelsey. No doubt about it. You have Fant, who is currently sitting at the tight end 7. Okay. This guy wants this guy wants Carson. He's not trusting Allen Robinson. You might be able to get something there. Let me come over here. You've got some outstanding trades. I'm just going to see what you've sent out here really quick, too. Oh, this is that one. Okay. Yeah. That's the one I'm not crazy about. But we may be able to work something there. You might be able to. Sorry to everyone if they don't like that name. That's fine. Sorry about that. Just looking to see if there's anyone here you can get in return at running back. He's just got no one at running back to even give back. So giving up Chris Carson is going to be tough. Unless you can get in another one like that Kareem Hunt that we were talking about earlier. That's probably your best bet. Hell, even going after James Conner right now wouldn't be bad. But if you can upgrade from Noah Fant to Travis Kelce, that might work out for you. Let's see what your other ones are. Oh, you have 2 from the same guy out here. Okay, so that's that. And that's that. AJ Brown, Henry Ruggs. No, why would he even send that? That's horrible. Do you mind if I just reject that? That's a horrible deal. Why would you Marquise Brown? Like, you're trying to capitalize that much? Come on now. That's almost acting like no, that's dumb. That's a bad trade offer. There was 0 effort put into that. Yeah. We'll keep that other one. I'm trying to remember if on this, yeah, you can counter. Let's look at a counter here. He's obviously not trusting Allen Robinson. So if you can get him back, he's willing to give him up. We'll take him. Let's see. Getting over here. Should I start Henderson or Jacoby Myers? Ooh. That's a tough call. Let me look up some stuff really quick. This guy wants. We want Allen Robinson and Travis Kelce. That's what we want. Let me see really quick. I'm gonna look up some of these matchups really quick. I haven't worked on my rankings this week, so Harrison plays at Seattle, and oh, what's up, Shot Callers? How's it going, man? Saran, I'm looking. Jacoby Myers. Holy crap! Shot Callers will help with this too if he's sticking around. Henderson or Jacoby Myers. Let me look up Myers really quick. It's Houston. Ooh, I like that. I'm running Henderson though. I still don't trust Myers yet. I'm going Henderson on that running back bias. That's just where I'm gonna roll with that. Okay. He wants Chris Carson. Let's go back really quick. Sorry. Can I go back? Jeez. Oh, good. Didn't make me start over. Trying to see if there's like a trash. You have Moss, so let's go with Singletary. Maybe we can package them up in a deal. They're both scoring. They're doing okay. I'm not trusting them. So he wants Carson. Let's look at Noah Fant. And then let's upgrade him at what he would see as an upgrade at wide receiver. Can Mike Williams keep it up? I wonder if he would take. Keeping Tyreek. Ideally, you're keeping DJ Moore. Honestly, I love AJ Brown, but AJ Brown is not helpful at the moment. You just have so many wide receivers to play with here. But he needs multiple. Let me look at his team really quick. He could use multiple wide receivers, though. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to go with Marvin Jones. I'm going to keep AJ Brown. We're going to try Michael Thomas. We don't know how Michael Thomas is going to be. It's worth giving up, especially if you get to keep Mike Williams, DJ Moore, Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown. You're never starting Michael Thomas anyways. No, you don't need him. So he's just sitting there. And you're going to get Allen Robinson in return. My God. Yeah, so you don't need it because Allen Robinson will figure it out. So I like that deal. Here we go. I think he likes Ruggs too. It did seem that way, right? Let's try Ruggs instead of Thomas. Because what do you think about that? Okay. Will this let me just view this? Yeah. Okay. So we're looking at getting Singletary to go with Moss, getting Allen Robinson on a way buy low. Travis Kelce had a bad week. I don't know if I'd call it a buy low. If he freaks out a little bit, that is what it is. But he gets Chris Carson, which is a huge upgrade for him. You're giving up 2 wide receivers you're never going to start for one that might be startable at some point, and then you're upgrading your tight end. Ugh. This would be a good deal. Mostly because Chris Carson, do I trust Chris Carson? Right? And in a PPR league, no. I think this is a good deal to look at. What do you think, Gabriel? I'm not going to do it without your blessing. Or I can save this here and we can come back to it later. You just let me know. Okay, let's see. I'm going to come back to this guy who had Hunt. Is that this guy? He had him sitting on his bench. Okay. This guy, let's see, what does he need? We might be able to pull a deal with this guy too. Gabriel, where'd you go? I need your blessing. The good thing is that guy's really wanting a trade. So, yeah. Let's not send it until I think you're right. Let's look at these running backs a little bit more. Let's see if we can find something that we can trade for before we send that off. Let's just see if there's someone else we can target somewhere. Good thing is you have Jonathan Taylor. Elijah Mitchell's not bad, right? And then you're going to have Zach Moss. You're probably playing, over Singletary. Let's look around really quick. Let's do some shopping, my man. Let's go to shit ass. Let's see what shit ass is looking like here. Starting Zeke and Tony Pollard. Ouch. Okay. Right. Also, it sucks you can't play tight end in your flex, but holy cow. Ooh, that's not bad targets right there. Josh Jacobs or Michael Carter. But their wide receivers you don't got much to offer them because they have Adams, Hopkins, Chase is doing well. They have Melvin Gordon, Leonard Fournette. Michael Carter's not horrible. I just don't know where you can upgrade them at. So I don't know what you're going to give them in exchange. Time to drop Miles Sanders? No. Don't drop him. Temper your expectations, though. His schedule is not favorable to him. It's more favorable to Gainwell because Gainwell is obviously the receiving back, and they have a pretty tough schedule where they're probably going to be playing from behind a lot. They're like the Buccaneers in there and stuff. I'm not really trusting Miles Sanders, but he's not droppable. If anything, you might be able to trade him, but you're not going to get the right value for him, probably. So, yeah. Now, this is an interesting trade partner here, Gabriel. Because they actually have... Okay, Harris. This is a running back heavy team, and their wide receivers are actually really struggling, especially since Cordero Patterson isn't dual and Robert Woods is not performing. This guy wanted Mike Williams for CEH and Zach Pascal. I wouldn't do it for CEH, but I'd maybe do it for like Najee or Cordero. And because especially if you can get Allen Robinson and that other. So that's interesting to know that you could get a deal with this guy. That makes the other trade way easier to do, especially if you can even get someone like CEH. Yeah, like I'd prefer to have these other running backs, Austin Eckler, all day, please, right? But he's not giving him up. We all know that. Najee Harris. I might prefer to have Najee Harris. Cordero Patterson, obviously, at the moment, but you're not going to be able to get him for that price, I don't think. But honestly, that's a fair deal. I mean, even if you just did like Cordero Patterson and Mike Williams straight up, and I would try for like Cordero Patterson and Robert Woods in that deal for Mike Williams. Buy low. And if you can get that, honestly, you should offer that. That would be a hell of a deal. Robert Woods is going to get his. I just can't believe you're so deep at wide receiver with like stud wide receivers. And the issue you're running into now is you've got two issues. Some are getting wasted, right? You're wasting wide receivers because you can only start up to three. So right now, if you have 6 really good wide receivers, 3 are going to waste every week. You want at least probably 4, just so you have bye weeks and stuff filled, right? But you're wasting a couple of them. And then you're also then having to make too many decisions each week on your lineup. Like, gosh, I have 6 wide receivers. Which one do I start? And that's a lot mentally to take on and try to, because you're going to pick the wrong ones. No doubt you're going to pick the wrong wide receivers out of those. So cut away some of those, bolster your starting lineup, still keep some depth. But so like Mike Williams, this could be a sell high on Mike Williams. In fact, let me look up on Sleeper. It's going to be my best way just because I know really quick how to find Mike Williams info. So I'm going to look it up really quick and see. They've got a good. The only thing about Mike Williams is that week 15 he plays Kansas City. Then he plays Houston, Denver. I don't know. He actually has a really favorable schedule. But of your wide receivers, I wonder if he would take a different one. This isn't what I'm looking for. Sorry, I'm going to have like 20 tabs here open, Gabriel. I'm having a good time. What's up, stats guy? How's it going, man? Welcome in. We're just shopping for some trades for Gabriel here. We're going through his league trying to bolster his team a little bit. My guy, you have so much at wide receiver. I know we love Mike Williams, right? But if you can use him to get back like a Bobby Trees and a Cordero Patterson, I think you do it. It's kind of like on the other, you're getting Allen Robinson. It's a buy low on Allen Robinson on that deal too. So you're giving up like Marvin Jones, who's producing right now. But you're going to get Allen Robinson in return. Really, that Kelsey to Noah fan is Travis Kelsey is the best player in this trade. You're winning this trade. And really, Allen Robinson is better than both these guys, if we're being honest. So I think we pull the trigger there, and we know what's this other one? Not that one. We know we can get a deal over here because this guy's got so many running backs. He's wasting them. He's wasting running backs. You're wasting wide receivers. You guys need to scratch each other's back for sure. Gabriel, where are you at, my dude? Let me know what you think. I'm liking those moves because you're about to upgrade tight end. You'll technically upgrade a wide receiver. Open up a bench spot. That's always good too. And then you can easily upgrade at running back here. I like that. Because whatever you get in this deal is going to be better than Chris Carson. So you're going to upgrade. If you can get 2 deals there, you'll upgrade. You'll upgrade at tight end. You'll upgrade at running back, and you'll upgrade your wide receivers. It'll just take 2 trades to get it done. So it's kind of a baby steps thing. Okay, that first one, let's go ahead and pull the trigger on this one really quick. And this guy seems pretty antsy for a trade, or maybe even text him or something and let him know like, hey, just sent you something. So let's submit that. That'll be our counter offer there. And he had sent multiple offers, so he might be waiting on a deal. Might be jumping at it, which is really good. If there's been some back and forth there already, this isn't a blind offer being sent. So I like that a lot. Play Moss or Williams. Playing Williams over Moss, I do believe, but hold on, Jar. I'll look it up really quick just to make sure I've got my matchups right in my head. Oh yeah, playing Kansas City. Eek. Or Pittsburgh. Okay, I take that back. I think I'm playing Moss against Kansas City. I'm double checking everything here. Sorry. Just want to make sure that I'm thinking about things right. Wait, is Moss hurt? Why has he got an asterisk by his name? No, that's fine. Oh, he doesn't get targeted that much. Not like I thought. Let me double check. Well, Singletary doesn't get targeted that much either. Okay, so that didn't really help there because neither really gets a lot of catches, but at least Zach Moss has a receiving touchdown on the season, and Devin Singletary fumbles a lot. Cool. I think that's a tough situation, but with Javonte Williams playing against Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh, I think if I'm you, I'm playing Moss there. That's an unfortunate situation to be in. Okay. Yes, Gabriel. So if we get this deal, then we have to turn around and do another deal for running back. And honestly, we don't even have to wait on that. But like to get a deal for running back, but you don't really need to do that deal for running back. Like there's no reason to trade away like a Mike Williams or whatever, whoever we're thinking about trading away in a deal. Where did I put your team? There it is. Whatever wide receiver we end up trading away here, there's no sense in trading them away unless we trade away Chris Carson, right? If we're trading away Chris Carson, then we need another running back. But if we're not trading away Chris Carson, then we're using Chris Carson to upgrade a running back. So we don't want to send that other trade until that time. It's going to be hard for this guy to accept this trade offer, though, simply because it has this name right here. Travis Kelce being attached to this. That's going to make it really tough. But his team is really struggling and is in a bad spot. And so this is a huge upgrade at his running back position. And really, these guys are way out producing Allen Robinson, and he could use both of them more than he could use Allen Robinson right now. It's a great buy low for Allen Robinson. So which one do you want to see? Gabriel? Is that what you're wanting to see, Stats Guy? You want to see Gabriel's I meant to put this over here. Hold on, let me get I failed my my viewers over here. There we go. Let's look at, you might be wanting to see Gabriel's lineup here. So keep in mind, this is a 12-team league, Stats Guy. He's got Lamar Jackson, Chris Carson, Jonathan Taylor, Mike Williams, DJ Moore, Noah Fant, Tyreek Hill. His bench, Elijah Mitchell, Zach Moss, A.J. Brown, Marvin Jones, Rondale Moore, Henry Ruggs, Jeff Wilson, Michael Thomas. Also, I can zoom in. Why have I been doing this? I'm so sorry. Holy cow, that's got to be so much easier for you guys to see. Okay. So a 12-team league, 12-team league, and he's still got his wide receivers are Mike Williams, DJ Moore, Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown. He's got Michael Thomas sitting down there. He's had Marvin Jones producing for him. Henry Ruggs, not bad. These are great wide receivers. Plenty to play with there for sure. Yeah, exactly, man. But he's 2-2. That's the kind of year it's been. I'm going to show you the first place team. Hold on. Let's get you caught up here. Can I click here? Yeah. So keep that in mind. Let's check out the guy that's 4-0 here. Taylor Heineke, Saquon Barkley, Chuba Hubbard, Cooper Kupp. That's where he's getting him. Justin Jefferson, but Evan Ingram. And then Corey Davis has only had like 2 good games. Like this is the 4-0. Like, isn't that crazy? So I'll show you the league really quick too, because we were looking at points for, points against earlier, where his points for, like he's down here at 489. He's had some bad luck, right? He's got a loaded loaded squad there, but still being outscored. I mean, somehow this number one guy has 548 with that trash team because of Cooper Cup. Let's be completely honest there. It's Cooper Cup. But he only has 416 against him. So that's by far the lowest. 434 is the closest. No, 430 is the closest. So the top two guys just have the least points scored against them. I'm in a league right now. Same thing. Like the really bad teams are actually the worst teams are at the top because I've outscored all of them, but they've just had no points scored against them. And so they're 4-0, 3-1, thing like that. So, so he's getting lucky so far. Gabriel, I wouldn't put too much into that. At least you're 2-2. It's not like you're hanging in there. You're fine. You're 8th place and you're trending upwards because you're better than some of these guys for sure. Like, let's look at this number 2 team really quick, who's 3-1. Yeah, I don't hate it. His team's decent. Your team's pretty loaded, though. Swift has had a good season. Mixon's been doing fine. Yeah, this guy's got a good team. It's well balanced, and he's had Deebo Samuel going off for him. So, not the worst. Yep, that's a pretty good team. Yeah, I mean, stats guy, you make a good point. 2-2, but only one game back from second place. So you're playoff bound, and really that's all you need to be anyways, is just get to those playoffs. Then any given fantasy week, yeah, because it's not just a Sunday. So, yep. And if you guys might be able to notice these koozies, I got this koozie yesterday. It's our Fantasy Football Network koozies. Yeah, boy. So pretty excited about that. All fantasy football all the time. Pretty sweet. The bottom, this is open, but you can see there on the bottom, it's even got the logo. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Anyways. Yeah. Let's go back to Gabriel's team really quick. So here's Gabriel's team again. Lamar Jackson, Chris Carson, Jonathan Taylor, Mike Williams, DJ Moore, Tyreek Hill. Oh, you can see it better now, so I'll shut the hell up and let you read it. There's some real trade opportunity within his league. We've gone through at least half the league so far, and there's definitely some easy opportunities for trades in here. The guys just have to be willing to do it. So that's kind of the main thing, is these guys have to be able to recognize that they need these trades. And you would think sitting at 1-3 or 0-4, some of these guys would realize, like, yeah, I need to do this deal. But I can tell you that's not always the case. These guys, they cling to players, right? So, a lot of players just cling to their players, right? Like if you have Kelsey and that's your one good player, then people cling to that because they're like, well, that's my one good player. And I always tend to reference, I played fantasy basketball 1 year. And guys, that was 10 years ago now. And so I won it. And the reason I won it was because I'd made a trade with my brother in there. He had LeBron James, and I traded him Kevin Durant. And in return, I got like Russell Westbrook, Gallinari, blah, blah, blah. I got like 5 players that were just really solid, but he wanted those studs. And it bit him in the butt. I had the depth. It was amazing. Anyways, I had Rajon Rondo, and he was the triple-double king at the time. So not the point. The point is sometimes you got to trade away your one stud, get a lot, bolster your entire team as a whole. CDY Red, I just made a trade. What's your trade, man? What trade did you do? I want to know. I want to know what trade you did. So yeah, sometimes you just got to bolster your team by doing these deals. Watch Moneyball. Precisely. Yeah, I mean, you can get caught up in names really easy. You got to notice when guys are fading, when they're not performing. Just because they're a name doesn't mean they're gonna be the best. Now, on the opposite side, you can overcorrect there and do things like Gronk, where Gronk easily. I mean, he did good at the end of last season. And everyone's like, "Don't draft him just because of name." And yeah, then he falls to the 20-something round and pick him up, and he's a top 3 on the season tight end. So yeah, but you don't go off a name. You don't go off projections. Um, yeah, there's just a lot there. You go off your gut and your knowledge there. Yeah, I'm not caught up in names, but a lot of people in my league are. That's basically how I got my team. Yeah, you can tell, which is great. Let's see. This guy over here, he gave up Cordero Patterson and Devontae Smith for Devontae Adams. I think that's hard just because I don't know. First of all, are you in sleeper or something where Cordell Patterson's allowed to play wide receiver and running back? And I think it depends on what your situation is. Devontae Smith in there is like I don't give a crap about Devontae Smith. Um, in Dynasty, I think this is a great. I mean, Devontae Smith, sure, he has some Dynasty value. In a redraft, I like it. Devontae Smith is nothing. Uh, ESPN. Okay, so he's not dual. He's running back only. So if your other running backs are good and you were needy at wide receiver, then yeah. If you're not running back hungry, then snag Devontae Adams in there. Like I said, Devontae Smith. Who cares? You're not starting Devontae Smith, not unless you're desperate. But yeah, so that's a done deal. I would say that you made a good deal there because Cordell Patterson's not going to score 3 touchdowns a week. Let's get that straight. Like that's not going to keep up. So I think that's a good sell high. And Devontae Adams is just fantastic. All in one show. Should I trade Mahomes for Herbert and Hopkins? Yes. Fantasy stats. Yes, if that's pending, do it now. I think he's talking to you all in one show. Yeah. Should I trade Mahomes for Herbert and Hopkins? Stop thinking about and do it. This guy over here, my running backs are Zeke Elliott, Javonte Williams, Josh Jacobs, Tony Pollard, and AJ Dillon. Yeah, I think you can afford that then. I mean, you just got the number 1 wide receiver in that deal. You got the best player in the deal for sure. And then he's the best wide receiver there is. So yeah, you did really well there, I feel like. Let's see. Would you say it's time to drop Claypool? Depends on who you're dropping him for, I guess. I mean, are there other people worth picking up instead of Claypool? I mean, if you're just kind of stashing him away, if he's your, wide receiver 4 or 5, then I wouldn't say drop him unless there's someone different you're looking at. If it's like a Claypool or this person, that's an easier question to kind of look at and analyze. So let's see. Just got offered Josh Allen, Cooper Kupp, and Cordero Patterson for Kyler Murray, Devontae Adams, Chase Edmonds. Hold on, I'm gonna pop this up here. Fantasy catch up. Just got offered Josh Allen, Cooper Kupp. Josh Allen, Kyler Murray are kind of, and Cordero Patterson for Kyler Murray, Devontae Adams, Chase Edmonds. Yeah, I think that's a good deal. I think I would take that because Edmonds is getting vultured like crazy, so he's not scoring touchdowns. Cordero Patterson, I like Cordero Patterson in like a sleeper where he can do running back and wide receiver. It's dangerous, man. That's a dangerous person to plug into your wide receiver slot. I'm just saying, it's paid off for me in there. That's dangerous, and I love it. Unfortunately, it looks like NFL here that we have pulled up on screen. Gabriel, we're going to come back to yours, I promise. Just kind of waiting to see what that guy does because everything's kind of reliant on what that guy does. So I'm gonna hide this and just come back up here and talk for a little bit. So yeah, I like that. Devontae Adams and Cooper Kupp. I mean, Cooper Kupp's out producing him right now. I don't think Cooper Kupp's going to slow down this year. Like, sure, he's not going to be putting up all of those points, but is he going to be putting up comparable to Devontae Adams? Yeah, I think so. They just got something going there. Josh Allen and Kyler Murray. It's a personal call. I personally love Kyler Murray, but I'm a Sooner fan, so I have some bias there, right? So, but Josh Allen is fantastic and starting to play well again, so I think I'm doing that. You get the running back upgrade at the moment for scoring opportunity. Yeah, I'm doing that. That's a lot of that is just personal preference on a lot of that. If you ask me, like I probably have more of like a personal preference toward the Murray, Adams, Edmonds, just because of Murray and Adams. But production wise, I mean, I think you win on the Josh Allen, Cooper Kupp, Patterson. So, let's see. So on the, would you say it's time to drop Claypool? Wideouts are Ridley, Justin Jefferson, Diggs, and Sanders. Okay. Think about dropping him for Michael Thomas for the return. Now that I would do. I would take that chance. That Michael Thomas is probably worth dropping him for. If he's still sitting out there, which is interesting. I would do that. Especially since dropping Claypool, if you're not going to start him ever, not over those guys, right? So not over Ridley, JJ, and Diggs. So yeah, if you can go snag Michael Thomas instead, yeah, I would do it. Let's see. Still struggling with my RB2 situation. I have Sermon, Mitchell. I feel like I have this exact same problem. Oh, you got Carter. Yeah. I don't hate that. Carter is starting to get some work. So I'm liking that a lot more. I don't like that Sermon Mitchell. Ugh, I don't like that at all. Drake, what a disappointment. Like Carter's still out on waivers. Actually, that's not surprising. Carter's on a waiver for me too, and I'm gonna go pick him up tonight. So I drafted Carter in a few leagues, and he's just taking time to get in there, just as most rookies kind of takes them about 6 games. Sermon and Mitchell are in a whole different situation than we expected just because of injuries, things of that sort. Pollard, dang, I would, and Tyson's worthless now. In my opinion, I think Tyson's absolutely worthless. They are not committed to him at all. They actually, I feel like they don't want him. Like they're avoiding him. They've already pushed him off. Healthy scratch. Bring Le'Veon Bell up. I think Latavius Murray's going to run that backfield. It may eventually split a little bit more evenly. Might give up a little bit more to Le'Veon Bell, but I don't think Tyson's worth anything. So, unfortunately, I couldn't trade him before he lost that value. I was trying, and could not get him traded before. So now I'm stuck with just a big O nothing. Drake, what a disappointment. I thought Kenyon Drake was going to do much better for sure. And in case you missed it, Kenyon Drake, this last Friday, there was Fantasy Football Network. We dropped an exclusive interview. Jay the Plug interviewed Kenyon Drake. It was a little bit old. It was, I think, before the season started, like right before the season started. I think they were still in camp when they did the interview, but it's still really interesting. You get to learn a lot about Kenyon Drake, kind of see his personality. Really interesting dude. So in case you missed that interview, you can go check that out. It's about 30 minutes long. So it's pretty short, but it's pretty cool. So Stats Guy says, I may hold Tyson for one more week because Le'Veon got put back on the practice squad. I missed that. So that's my bad on that. That Bell got dropped back down. Yeah, reverts to practice squad. Bell was elevated to the practice squad. I know Latavius Murray was just running that thing. Huh. That's interesting. And they're still listing Tyson Williams as the number 2. Okay. Well, I think you're right, man. Yeah, Freeman's a bum. Don't even worry about Freeman. Now, what is annoying is not this past week, but week 3, they were rotating them. They would come and run uh, Murray, Williams, Freeman, Murray, Williams, Freeman. Like, it was so annoying to watch. Like, whatever. I was really pissed watching those games. So just rotating every play. So yeah, I think you're right. Hold Tyson for one more week, and hell, with the water they're drinking out there, Latavius Murray's knee probably only holds up for 1 or 2 more weeks anyway. So and then Tyson will get his chance again. They're just ACL, ACL, ACL. So um, yeah, hold on to him one more week then. If you have an open slot on your roster, if you have an open roster spot and can get Carter, I would do that, and I would probably roll Carter this week against Atlanta. So I think you're right there. Um, I think you're making all the right moves. That sounds right. Okay, should I trade away Mike Davis and Hawkinson for Woods and Logan Thomas? No, I don't think so. Because Mike Davis is still, well, I mean, it depends also what does your roster look like? What can you afford to give away? What are you looking for? But Hawkinson over Logan Thomas, plus Logan Thomas is hurt right now. So you'd be giving up your tight end spot because he's going to be out. And Logan Thomas tends to get hurt. And they're looking to get Hawkinson the ball, right? Because they don't have a bunch of great receiving options there. So, and Mike Davis is producing. Um, I mean, we kind of talked about this last week that I feel like it was last week that we kind of talked about this for Mike Davis. If I have Swift and CMC at running backs. Okay, so you're 4-0 right now. You have Swift and CMC. So you already have CMC out. You'd be trading for Logan Thomas, who's out, and Woods, who you're going to hope produces at some point. I'd be curious to know what your wide receiver, if you're looking to trade away a running back for a wide receiver, but either way, you're leaving yourself hanging at tight end there. So I think you're kind of playing with fire a little bit. Let me know more info if you got on that. I just feel like you're really shooting yourself in the foot with CMC and Logan Thomas both being out. Plus Hawkinson to Logan Thomas is already a pretty good downgrade. Like Logan Thomas is fine. That's fine. But I don't think I would do that trade. And by I don't think I would, like, I would not do that trade. And I will advise against that trade. But you do what you feel is right. But my advice is to say no to that deal. Let's see what we got over here. But congrats on 4-0. Let's see. Going back up here to stats guy. Maybe going on a limb here, but Baltimore may have rolled hard with Latavius to have a better chance at keeping the 100-yard rushing streak alive. You may not be wrong. Yeah. Yep. May not be wrong there. Isn't that weird when you kind of think about that? But sad too. You've got Ridley and Cooper Kupp. Okay. So you're not hurting at wide receiver. So then there's no reason to do that. You don't need Robert Woods then. Because you'd be trading for Robert Woods, who you're not going to play over either of these guys. You'd be trading away a top tight end for a lower tier tight end that's out. And you'd be trading away a running back who is going to be a better flex play than Robert Woods. So, yeah, don't do that trade. Please don't. Yeah, stats guy says it. Do not do this. Agree. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Logan Thomas will most likely be dropped. Yeah, right. It's possible to have. Oh no, it's not possible. Yeah, that's possible. It's possible that's a 10-man league. Because you get CMC number 1 overall. You probably get on the turn, you get Ridley and Swift, and then Cooper Kupp you're getting in like 6th round, right? So that's a 10-man league, I bet. I don't think it's a 12-man, but I think that's a 10-man league. I know I got Ridley on the turn in multiple leagues, even with all the hype. I was able to get him. Swift was going low in a lot, unless it was Dynasty. He went high in Dynasty, but in redraft, he went lower like that for sure. So, dang, we got him in is that a 12 or a 14? I think that's a 12. I mean, we got him at the second turn in the 12. So, yeah, Swift was going pretty low. I would say that's a 10-man league probably. Oh, okay, that's an old one over here on IG. Cool. Cool, I don't have any more. Gabriel, have you heard anything? Have you texted that guy? I want to know on that trade that we sent out. Because the problem here, Gabriel, that we have with that trade we sent out for you, is that we need that trade to go through before we know what other moves to make. Everything else kind of like we have other trades available, but it all kind of depends on that one trade and whether it goes through or not. Because we don't want to trade away. Again, we're not trading away Carson to that other, or yeah, we're not. If we're not trading away Carson, we don't need to trade away one of your top wide receivers. We still might, but there might be other opportunities. So it'll change the route that we're on if this trade, this Kelsey trade doesn't go through. But he should take it. Get him on here. I'll talk him into it. I'll get on here. I'll convince him it's a good deal for him. And then I'll send you my Venmo and you can thank me. I'm just kidding. I don't have contact with him, but I'm trying to. Yeah. Don't worry about it, man. We got on here. We looked through some of those teams. You know what we're looking for. And you could always message us on Instagram and we'll be here for you. We'll answer that. In fact, let's do that now. Let's go over to that. I had someone on Instagram reach out and they asked me about a league. Let me see really quick. Let me pull this up. Who sent this? Okay, hold on. That's a new one. I'm not looking for that. What do you think about this trade? Okay, let me pull this up for you guys really quick. Let's analyze a trade together really quick. Let me share my screen. Let's analyze a trade. Bam. Okay, that's all he said is analyze a trade. Let me see if I have any other from past. I'm guessing it's a PPR. Yeah, I don't have any information on his league. So it's Jonathan Taylor, Mark Andrews, and Keenan Allen for Logan Thomas and Dalvin Cook. And again, Logan Thomas, not super valuable. Let me see. I might have from some past. I don't hate that. I like Mark Andrews more than Logan Thomas anyway. So essentially, you're looking at Jonathan Taylor and Keenan Allen for Dalvin Cook, because you're already getting an upgrade there at tight end. So you're looking at Jonathan Taylor and Keenan Allen for Dalvin Cook. And let me just look. I'm sorry, guys. I think he has Mike Davis on his team. He has David Montgomery. Let's see. Monte Davis. He just got a trade. Okay. So he has Najee Harris, Josh Jacobs, Dalvin Cook, and Mike Davis. Those are his running backs. Is that right? I think so. Yeah. So Taylor, I mean, you're getting that. Let's see. So Taylor, Andrews, Allen for Dalvin. Yeah, I mean, essentially. And e especially if you don't have another tight end on your roster, let me go look. Uh, these are just screenshots, so I'm having a hard time. You only have another. I think you do that deal. I think I'm trading away Dalvin Cook. This is like what we were talking about. Uh, this is kind of what I was talking about earlier. You have that one name. Sometimes you need to cash in and fill your roster. I think this is one of those times. And honestly, I'm not a huge Jonathan Taylor fan. I think I've told that in the past, but his schedule is so good. His schedule is so good for running backs. And he's getting plenty of opportunity. So I'm gonna write this guy back and say, like, I would say do it. And that's good till tomorrow. So it's a recent trade. All right, let's see. I did get another message though. Would I trade away Michael Thomas for Fournette? With DeMonte down, I have no other running back other than Kamara. Hold on, let me pull up. So he lost David Montgomery. Is this guy not going to hit the waiver wire? His two running backs are Kamara and Montgomery, and he has no one else. Would I trade away Michael Thomas for Fournette? That doesn't seem like okay, Gabriel, cool. He'll think about the trade. That's good enough. That means he's not declining it right off the bat. So that's good. He's at least thinking about it. I think that's good. That means he may counter. Hit me up when he counters, even if it's on Instagram or something. Just let me know, because that's interesting. Stats guy. I may be biased though, because I wanted Keenan real bad this year. Yeah, I did too. I wasn't able to get any stock on him. But I don't think you're being biased here. I think Jonathan Taylor, Mark Andrews, and Keenan Allen for Dalvin Cook is such a good return. Like, that's cashing in, man. That is cashing in. So I don't even think there is bias playing in that. I mean, Keenan Allen's having a good season. So yeah, I'm doing that one for sure. On Instagram, I'm still doing this. Stats guy or anyone else who's on here, what do you think? Michael Thomas for Fournette when you literally have nothing else. I'm gonna advise this guy to play the waiver wire. I mean, that would be a desperation move, I think. But let's see, he did send me a screenshot of his starting lineup. He has Robert Woods, Michael Pittman, Jamar Chase, and Keenan Allen. Ooh, he has a Herbert Keenan Allen stack. That's good. It looks like I can barely see. He's got Henry Ruggs on his bench. He should try to do like a Henry Ruggs maybe for Fournette. I don't value Fournette that much. For me, it depends on the playoff schedule. JT has his bye week 14, so I want nothing to do with him. Yeah, I mean, that is... Who sets bye weeks on week 14? That sucks. But then again, playoffs are 15, 16, 17. So he's still going to be available for the playoffs. So I don't know what... I mean, week 14, it's a trash week to have bye weeks, but there's 18 weeks, and you get him for your playoff schedule. So I'm gonna come over here and look really quick. So he'd be playing in week 15. He'd be playing New England, then Arizona, and then Las Vegas. Week 18 is Jacksonville. Just missed it by that much. He's got a great schedule, but honestly, that playoff schedule is not. You would hope he's playing Houston or Tennessee or Jacksonville during that playoff run. He's not, so that kind of sucks. He's got New England, Arizona, and Las Vegas. He'll do pretty good there. I'm not worried about that. I don't think. 14, 15, 16. It didn't adjust with the added game. That's weird. Yeah, I guess if your playoffs start week 14, if they're 14, 15, 16, then yeah, avoid Jonathan Taylor, I think that's weird that it didn't bump to 15, 16, 17. Yeah, I would avoid him too if I were you. That's a good point. So if anyone else's leagues are doing that, starting your playoffs in week 14, avoid Jonathan Taylor. I would agree with that. That could be a very disappointing first round of the playoffs for you. Very disappointing. I'm going to advise this guy over here to play the waiver wire first. I'm telling him to get Williams or P. Ryan. I don't trust P. Ryan, but I trust P. Ryan more than trading away Michael Thomas for Fournette right now. If you can't get them, then I would try Ruggs Fournette first. It seems a little high. Wish I typed properly to where I didn't have to like hunt and peck with my fingers. Like it's still pretty fast, but it's still not correct. Then I could actually look at you guys. Yeah, week 14 buys are Indy, Philly, New England, and Miami. You're not really losing anything with Miami. I guess Waddle, but you're not missing anything, right? With the Colts, you're really only missing Jonathan Taylor, but that's a big one. That's a big one for a lot of teams. Philadelphia, to say you're missing Miles Sanders would be an overstatement. But a lot of guys are rolling Jalen Hurts right now, me being one of them. And Goddard. Goddard's a good one there that a lot of people have. New England, right now it's looking like Myers, but that's also the only. So that's not a huge bye week. Jonathan Taylor is the big name there, though, that you're missing. Philadelphia, Hurts, Miles Sanders again. I'm panicked on Miles Sanders a little bit. I say that I don't have any Miles Sanders stock because I didn't trust him from the offseason. So I avoided him. So let's see. Yeah, I wouldn't give up Michael Thomas for Fournette. You sat him on. Yeah, I sat on him for this long. Only have a couple more weeks to go. The dude is trying to sell high on Lenny after. Yep, exactly. So I told the guy, play the waiver wire. He's better off doing that. Yep. Okay, he said cool. He's gonna play the waiver wire. So that's a smart move because he had a couple injuries. So you can go out there and pick up at least one of them. Let's see. Ooh, this is a long one. Okay, what's up, Michael? I have Herbert, Cook, Allen, Diggs, Pitts, Gordon, Gaskin as my Sutton as my flex. Any trade recommendations that you would think of? Scared this team will not get me as far as my RB2. Okay, so we got Pitts, Herbert, Cook. Okay, so you plugged in your RB2 at the bottom. Yeah, Gaskin, not what you want as your RB2. No doubt about it. It's really tough because you see what I said? No, I'm not seeing what you said if you sent something besides this. So Melvin Gordon also, I'm afraid that he's going to start giving more up, but he's being productive, but not what you want. He's more of like what you want as a flex, not your RB2. I agree with that. Allen Diggs, fantastic. Pitts will turn it on. Good enough to get you there. Herbert, good enough to get you there. Cook, yes. Bro, I feel that in my bones. This, I feel that so much. So many of my leagues, I'm like, my roster is incredible. How am I not winning games? I mean, I'm 0-4 in 2 leagues where I have probably like one of the best rosters in the league. It makes no sense. So Stats Guy says he would love plugging in Melvin as your RB2. I don't know that I love him as my RB2 just because I don't know how long term he's gonna get it. I don't know. He's performing though. I'll give him that. He's performing. So I shouldn't hate so much. Not bad. Let me get back. Gaskin equals trash can. Yeah, pretty much. What a mess. And what a letdown. Jeez. Should have sold him while I could. And honestly, that means like, oh, I'm not even on the right one. Hold on. Let me, get back up here to this guy. Whew. Reading's hard, guys. All right. Herbert, Cook, Allen, Diggs, Pitts, Melvin Gordon. Again, it's hard to say like without seeing the rest. Of course, you always want to try to upgrade, right? So if you could upgrade Melvin Gordon, Gaskin, you're not going to get anything out of Gaskin unless you got someone who is very desperate. And let's see, I'm over making crazy trades in my head like Najee Patterson for Cook. Honestly, again, like we were just looking at that Cook trade and that dude was cleaning up on it. So, yeah, that's over making crazy trades. I mean, that wouldn't be horrible if I'm being honest. Najee and Patterson for Cook. Oh, see what tight end they have. Maybe you can upgrade it tight end there too. Pitts for if they got like Waller or something. Just do like Pitts and Cook for Najee, Patterson, and Waller or something. Oh yeah, 7. He got my shout out plug in Kenyon Drake. Yes, sir. That was a good one, man. Jay the plug is the man. Michael asked, do I think things will go back to normal? Talking about Melvin Gordon. Yeah, I think things will go back. Yeah, what does the world come to, right? When you're talking about trading away Dalvin Cook for those two guys. I think you have to get more than like Patterson Najee for him. That's tough. Sometimes you get in tough situations. Depends on what your record's like in there. I mean, honestly, if I'd be curious what your record is, because sometimes like it comes to desperate measures, right? Like I have a team right now. Again, my roster is killer. I'm 0-4. I easily have the most points scored against me. Like, okay, you're 2-2. Don't panic then. Don't panic yet. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that then, because Pitts is also going to probably pick it up. And then and Melvin Gordon, he's not bad. Like he's producing, right? So, and all it takes is one injury to make him the only guy there, and he's producing. So, yeah, I easily have the best. Well, I'd say the best, but one of the best, and I'm 0-4 in this league because my stars just aren't producing, and I've contemplated trading Kelsey away. I've had to talk myself off that ledge multiple times. So, oh, that's rough, Michael. Lost by 10 Monday because Gaskin put up a goose egg. McManus put up 1. I lost by 5 to Kyle, the other half of BoomBust. I lost 5 against him, and let me just tell you how that happened. Let's see. Carson got me 4.1. I had to play Jalen Rager 3.1. And Travis Kelsey got me 6.3. That's how I lost. His defense, his kicker had 15 points against me, but Travis Kelsey had 6.3, and Chris Carson had 4.1. So that was really cool. Yeah. So I lost by 5.5. Yeah. So I feel that, bro. 0-4. That's my look in there. I played the top score the first 3 weeks, and then that one I just had players screw up on top of it. So I'm gonna scroll back over here. I know I messed some. Stats guy said, just don't look at it like that. Look at it as you have 5 flex plays, and Gordon is your number 5. That's a weird way to look at it. I guess I've never really thought of it that way, but usually a flex play is reserved for someone who's not strong. I think I want a strong RB2. Because there's wide receivers I'd like to play over Gordon, but if you want an RB bad, then go for an RB1 by packing Diggs, Gordon, Gaskin. I don't know if I would package jigs there. I think it's hard without seeing the full picture. I don't know if I would say that. It's kind of hard to make out in your mind without seeing the full roster and without seeing like the rosters of the person you're wanting to trade with, you know? Oh, how cool is that? Look at that. Genius whoever made those. Anyways. It seems like I had one more Instagram question over here I wanted to answer. Someone that asked, who is a better option for the remainder of the season? Tyler Boyd, Mooney, or Ayuk in non-PPR? Okay. I have avoided those bingo wide receivers because you just don't know. There's too many of them. They're all pretty good, right? You got Higgins, Boyd, and Chase. Chase seeming to be the guy right now. So I don't think I'm going to answer Tyler Boyd on that one. Mooney, before the season, I would have said Ayuk easily, right? A lot of offseason hype. Finished last year, doing really good. Mooney, I would say, not the choice because Josh Fields hasn't looked good, but he looked improved. He looked improved this last week, and he got targeted quite a bit, honestly. But Ayuk seems to be recovering from his injury, seems to be out of the doghouse. If Jimmy G were still going to be quarterback, I would say Ayuk. I don't know how he's going to do with Trey Lance. Trey Lance, he obviously has some chemistry with Deebo Samuel, right? But Jimmy G did too. I'm going to say Ayuk there long term. So I'm going to go with Ayuk over Mooney or Boyd. Don't at me. Oh, that's funny. 7, appreciate you, 7. Appreciate the subscription. Appreciate the comments. Thank you, buddy. Anyone else here who hasn't subscribed, go do it. Do it. What are you even waiting for? It's free and it helps me. Spend an hour and a half with you right now. I'm giving you good stuff. Okay, I may be giving you halfway decent stuff, but that's not the point. It's free. Just subscribe. It's one button click. Appreciate you. Also, check out more on the Fantasy Football Network, guys. There's a ton of content creators. Say that there's like 10, but there's more and more. I know about like 5 content creators that are about to be added to the network. So building a huge network of content creators all in one place, one location for all you guys. Go check out the website. It's like the Netflix of fantasy football content. And it's not just Fantasy Football Network content creators. It's like other guys too. Couch, Fantasy Football Show, Clock Management, Dynasty Nerds, so on and so forth. There's a ton out there. IDP Army. So if you play IDP, there's some good stuff out there. Just throwing that out there for you guys. All in one show. And then I'll come back to you, Stats Guy. What's good, boss? What up, buddy? Need some advice. Would you trade Mahomes for Herbert and Hopkins in need of a wide receiver? Yes. That came up earlier somehow. Where did that come from? Yes. All in one show. Yes. Trade Mahomes and get Herbert and Hopkins. Just because that's a great return there. I would definitely go for that. And I know what you needed. You just needed confirmation. Because it's hard when you think about Mahomes, right? But that guy's throwing Hopkins around like he's not worth anything, and that's stupid. That guy must have a lot of wide receiver depth. And you need a wide receiver, and you're getting a top wide receiver. So, yes, 100% do that trade. Let's see. Trivia time. What defense is giving up the most points per game to wide receivers? I'm going to guess Kansas City, probably. Hold on. Points per game. So not necessarily yards per game, right? Let me look. Points per game. Trying to think of some other really crappy defenses like Miami. Kansas City's been giving up a ton. That defense has been horrible. Surprisingly, it can't be the Cowboys. Not this year. Not this year. Say it's probably Kansas City or Miami are going to be my guesses. So, tell me, stats guy, did I pass? Did I pass this week's test? I did really good last week. I did really good, and I was really proud of myself that I did so good last week. Just throwing that out there. Don't leave me hanging, man. Now I'm curious. Tampa Bay. Gosh. I guess that's actually not surprising. Now that I think about it, I'm like, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. A lot of that came off of one. Now I've got to go look it up. Dang it. Why'd you do that to me? I've just kind of got to go look at what they've done here. Tampa Bay defense. Yeah, they've been. You right. Because that Dallas game and that Rams game, they just got annihilated. No bueno. You right. Those two games skewed that big time, I feel like, though. So I didn't really think about that. But yeah. Let's see. I don't have any more questions over there. And I might have some in my other Instagram account, but I can't access it. So 75, 58, 67, 39. Yep. Can I say Cowboys? Cowboys did good against them for sure. All right, guys. Man, I got some new lights. I don't know if y'all remember the difference, but I got these new lights and I'm liking them. I feel like I'm giving this nice like nighttime, like it's at night in this stadium, you know? Before it's been a lot brighter. It's like a daytime game, but this one really, what can I say? I'm proud of it. I've got some new lighting. So, like I said, I'm investing. I'm trying to give you guys a show. God, speaking of shows, though, in case you missed it last night, we always do Panic Room at Monday, right after Monday Night Football. We hop on here and do a Panic Room and just kind of recap all of the players people might be panicking on right after the weekends and kind of give our opinion on that and have a new suite set up for that too. So if you missed that, you can go look it up on the Fantasy Football Network YouTube page or fantasyfootballnetwork.com. It'll be on there. Pretty proud of my setup there too. What can I say? Guys, I'm just patting myself on the back tonight. Guys, I'm loving it. Send some thoughts to Kyle. Kyle's out. Some of you guys haven't even got to meet him yet, but he's missed the last this is his third one to miss. He had bad internet the first one, but he's out and sick right now with COVID. So feeling a lot better, but he's got pretty much a constant cough, so he can't be on here. He'd be annoying the hell out of you guys with his cough into the microphone. It would just be annoying. So just keep him in your thoughts there. He'll be back soon. He better be. Tired of having to carry this team. Jeez. Have to throw the ball and catch it. It's ridiculous. Tell him to get his crap together. He's my brother, so I can talk crap about him. Cool, guys. That's it. That's all the questions I'm getting. I'm gonna wrap it tonight. We've been going 2 hours. This used to be an hour-long show, and you guys come in here and make it fun and interesting, and it's so fun. Anyways, Gabriel, keep me updated. Let me know what's going on. Let's keep this going. Let's keep it rolling. I'll help you out however much I can. And let's try to get you some deals done and get your team rolling. Stats guy, thank you for hanging out. Gabriel, thanks for hanging out. Seven, thanks for hanging out. All in one show. Appreciate you. Michael Chap, thank you. Let's see who else came in today. Let me make sure I touch base. Gabriel was in here. I already thanked him. I don't know how to say your name. Jugraj. Yep. Jugraj, thank you. And Mad Reagan, thank you. And I think that's it. And I know All in One Show asked that twice, but I think he asked it earlier and then left because I was trade shopping. So appreciate you guys. Love you guys. I'll see you next week. Make sure to tune in for all our shows and check out the Fantasy Football Network. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. See you next week. Night, guys.